Hi, folks. We are back at the Cobb TV studios for our weekly visit with Cobb Commission Chairman Mike Boyce. And Chairman, we were just talking about Veterans Day.
Sure.
For the first time, it was a county holiday, but for a lot of us, it wasn't much of a holiday because we were doing stuff to honor the veterans.
Yeah. Veterans Day weekend was just 3 working days. Actually, it started before that because if you start with the Korean War commemoration the Wednesday before Veterans Day, and then you lead into all the events that we had through the weekend. We had a number of programs at senior centers in the county. The Excel alumni had a luncheon to commemorate the veterans where Brigadier General Tom Blackstock from National Guard was a guest speaker and gave a really great talk about what it means to be a veteran. You discuss things like the Marietta Day, Marietta Parade that had junior ROTC and high school bands, and it was really great to see the school system let out these kids to be part of the parade. There was just a significant number of programs throughout the weekend, both in the county and in the cities. I know that both Kennesaw and Smyrna had their own programs. So Monday might have been a first for the county that it was an official county holiday, but actually there's nothing a first about what we do to support our veterans here and show how much we care about them and want to be part of their lives. And also part of all this, not just the veterans, but also the families and the communities behind them. So I think Cobb County and the cities showed their best red, white, and blue colors this weekend to get out to support the veterans in the various forums. And I'm glad to see that we are a county that truly is patriotic and wants to support our veterans, both past and present.
Yeah, I've been in Cobb County now more than a quarter of a century, and I've never really thought about it, but it seems like you run into a lot of veterans in this county. They seem to have settled here. Perhaps it was Dobbins, perhaps something else, but
Sure.
We have a pretty large population of veterans in Cobb County.
We do. Yeah, you bring up a good point because Dobbins is square right in the middle of the county, and it is a home to Air Force, Army, Marine, Sailor, and naval units. There's also a host of other federal agencies out there. So Dobbins is an integral part of the county, but there's no question about it that the people that we really hold up to highest regard are those that wear the uniforms and the families and friends behind them. We are very much a part of the national defense system of this country, and we do all we can here to show the people at Dobbins that we welcome them. They're not strangers to our community. Even if they just come in on the weekends, they're always welcome guests. And I think they saw that they're here last weekend, that if you're a veteran of this county, we respect you and we take care of you.
You and I were at an event last night that highlighted one thing that you've often talked about is the amount of stuff that goes on in this county and for this county that is done by volunteers. And Keep Cobb Beautiful had their gala last night where they recognized a lot of those volunteers.
Yes, well, this actually follows also on the heels of what we did last week in recognizing our county servants that have been here for a number of years. But last night was Keep Cobb Beautiful night. And I have to tell you, they are led by an extraordinary lady in Kimberly White. She is epitome of a public servant, and she does more with less. She has somehow found, has the charisma to get people to come out on their free time, to do things like pick up garbage in all sorts of weather throughout the year in the county. And I know I've been out there both in cold days and hot days when I can to join part of the teams. But last night, Kimberly was finally recognized for her efforts as being recognized as the Executive Director of the Year for the Keep Georgia Beautiful program here in the state of Georgia, the Executive of the Year. But there were other highlights last night. The Keep Cobb Beautiful affiliate was recognized as the affiliate of the year by Keep Georgia Beautiful for the size population that we have. We were also recognized for having the High School Student of the Year for the state of Georgia, regardless of the size of the affiliate. The list of recognitions last night was extraordinary. But perhaps the greatest honor went last night to a man who reflects all there is that's best in our volunteers and perhaps of Cobb County, and that's Barry Krebs. If you involve yourself in any kind of a Keep Cobb Beautiful program in Cobb County, you know the name Barry Krebs. That man is astounding. There's no such thing as knowing his vocabulary when it comes to doing what it takes to making Cobb one of the most beautiful places in Georgia to live. And last night, they have decided to name the Volunteer of the Year award after Barry. And that was when his name was announced, I think everybody knew before the name was announced that it was going to be Barry. And it was just really, really heart-rending to see all the people stand up immediately and give him a standing ovation, because we all know that Barry is the person that best reflects, not just Keep Cobb Beautiful, but I think the volunteer spirit of Cobb County. And I cannot, I know I join a legion of fans that admire us in thanking him for all he's done for us, and that we'll be able to recognize him with this annual award.
I think if you had to list our top 10 complaints that we may get here at our switchboard, garbage alongside the roadways is going to be probably in the top 5. And I, like you, have been out with these volunteer groups on the hot days and the cold days, mostly hot days. And I don't think people just understand or realize really how much, not just the volunteers, but there's companies that step up to do Adopt a Mile.
Good
and that
point.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, the last night, Tag Grinding was selected as the Business of the Year. They stepped up to the plate when it came time to at the end of the Christmas season. We have all these trees in the county that have to be chipped, and we used to have someone that used to do that, and they decided that they were going to go in a direction, and without any kind of coercion or twisting of the arms, this company stepped up into the vacuum to fill this hole. And last night, for their volunteer efforts, they were recognized as the Business of the Year for the Keep Cobb Beautiful format. But that just goes to show you that it's both people and organizations, but these organizations are made up of people. You have to have a servant's heart to do that. And last night, in so many different ways, they showed that they really care about this county and they want to be part of our future.
I know earlier this week, too, a large group of Cobb County employees, I think they took a couple of buses up to Dalton, where the Georgia Recreation and Parks Association were giving out awards, and we won a big one up there.
We won Cobb County won the state award for this association. And, you know, I just always talk about, we do things so well here in Cobb County that the danger is we take people for granted. You know, we just, of course, got taken care of. That's what we do around here. That's Cobb County. That reflects the 5-star standard of service that we not only advertise, but we work every day to try and emulate. And if you go and see what this parks team does with all the fields that they take care of, and again, the behind the scenes work to make sure the grass is mowed, that the lights are working, that all the team schedules and all the equipment's in place. So when people show up for a park, even if there's not even a scheduled event, they just want to go there and enjoy the park. They just park their cars and go there and enjoy it like it's the most normal thing in the world. And I don't think, once again, goes back to what I said earlier, perhaps the best compliment you can pay us as public servants is that you don't know who we are, because you never see us, because we do our job. And you can look on the other side of the sheet that if we don't do our job, we will you'll clearly become known by the county staff here because of all the phone calls we'll be getting. But we simply don't get those phone calls. So my hat's off to Jimmy Giese and his team, and it is a team because he's the leader, but he's imbued them with the spirit of expect the best, and we certainly get that out of the Parks Department here and all that they do here. And again, it's another reflection of the kind of caliber of people we have in the county, both paid and volunteers.
I'm pretty sure this wasn't on their resume when they applied for the award, but one of the things I learned when I got here is that when we have a catastrophic weather situation, especially in the winter, and the tree limbs are down, it's the DOT crews that go out there, but when you see the guys cutting up the trees, more often than not, they were parks guys.
That's correct.
That come in and do those kind of things. Pretty much on a volunteer basis. I'm sure they get paid for their hours, but they volunteer to work alongside DOT.
Well, not only that, is that before we finally put some money into the budget last year to go out and hire additional people to take care of the medians and make sure the grass is cut back, the parks people a lot of times, would do that outside their functional areas. So again, it's a team effort, and I think they all understand if we all pitch in together, we all look good together. And I cannot be more proud of everyone in this county and what they do to make us look good. Because I tell everybody that the new hires, they're the face of the county. And we may get all the publicity and the newspaper and everything, but the reality is that if we're a great county, a large part of it has to go to the work and spirit of our staff. And last week, we certainly put we were finally recognized for that. And I look forward to many more of these kind of presentations be made to our hardworking staff, because I know that so many of them deserve it.
One thing I did want to get into before we wrapped up here today is we're moving into the holidays,
Sure.
and we've done some juggling with some of our meetings coming up to
Good
kind of
point.
accommodate that, and we've been trying to get that word out to people as much as possible about moving those dates around.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Ross. Well, the night meeting originally was going to be scheduled the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, which means nobody would be there because the smart people have been on the road by Tuesday night of that week. So it only made sense to move the meeting up a week so that everybody could get out of town. And if we had some issues that you wanted to attend, then we gave the opportunity to do that. So what we've done here is we've combined both the Tuesday when we normally hear our zoning issues. We're going to still hear them on the third Tuesday of November, but that night we're going to have our night meeting. And then in December, we somehow, for some reason, we had 2 meetings that month, and the night meeting in December always lasted about 30 minutes. So we go through all this work for 30 minutes when we really don't have that much on the plate. So what I've done in December is I've rolled all those 2 meetings into one, and we'll have just one meeting in December. It'll be a night meeting, and it'll be again the week before Christmas, so that we can be done with all our agenda items for the year, and then everybody can go out there and enjoy their families and their friends for what is probably the most celebrated time of the year, Christmas, when we have so much to be thankful for, both in the gifts that we receive materially, but also spiritually and otherwise.
Yep. I was over at the Civic Center the other day. They're putting up the big Christmas tree, and I said too soon, but
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I'm hearing that Black Thursday is already online. My wife has already been bugging me about a new washing machine we need here. So, like I said here, the world is changing faster than I can deal with it, but I'm still in there kicking and screaming.
All right. Well, listen, again, as always, subscribe to the Chairman's newsletter, the Commissioner's newsletters as well. Watch our social media sites. Tune in to cobbcounty.org and Cobb TV to keep track on everything that's going on, because business will go through the holidays. We'll keep it going here, even though we're juggling things around. But if you want to stay on top of things, you know how to do it.
Okay. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Chairman.
Thank you.